I've stood in landscapes where the desecrated remains of ancient humans stretch as far as the eye can see. This is where the story should be. This is what the headlines should be about. Instead, when it comes to Nazca, this is what's been presented over recent years. I've stood on the sidelines of this controversy for years, remaining relatively agnostic, waiting for something definitive to come from these extraordinary claims. And during the 2025 expedition, I went down to see these things and interview the director of research at the university where they are housed. I even met the Huaquero, or grave robber, Mario, responsible for finding these things.
Hey, Xavi, mira, el último flash de Mario. Le dijo a, ¿cuál es tu nombre? ¿Cuál es? Raúl. Le dijo a Raúl esto.
And after doing a ton of research, I've realized that those definitive results that I've been waiting for, well, I don't think they're ever gonna come. And that is by design. While the Huaqueros are getting independently wealthy from selling these things on the black market, a fact I know from talking to Mario.
Sí, un montón quiere comprar, sí, un dedo, llevarse un dedo, una piedrita. Último está sacando unas piedras con símbolos.
And he showed me this on his phone.
Con huevo, con todo.
¿Cuánto cuesta uno de esos?
$20,000.
$20,000.
As reprehensible as that is, it's barely a drop in the bucket of the real money that's being made here. I'm going to show you a playbook that's been in the making and damn near perfected over the past 20 years. One that's going to show that underneath the illusion of a search for truth is the operation of a machine designed to generate millions off of your curiosity. Whether it's on your particular feed or not, this is one of the greatest controversies of the modern era. It's a case study in how science, propaganda, and profit intersect to create a global phenomenon. I'm going to show you the recurring characters, the recycled evidence, and the financial motives that keep this engine running. And by the end of this video, you'll be able to predict what's going to happen next. I'm not here to tell you what to believe. I respect your agency enough to come to your own decisions. I believe in order to do so, though, it's important you have all the information at your disposal. And that's one reason why I recommend watching Will's videos on the anatomical analysis of these specimens. But to understand the anatomy of the playbook itself, well, we have to go back to when the gears first started turning. In 2007. Let's look at the blueprint. 2007, Metepec, Mexico. Angel Nunez, this guy, finds a creature, this thing, in a trap on a farm. By 2008, Jaime Maussan is deep on the case to solve it because of its world-changing implications and his dedication to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Se habría hecho intentos por tratar de encontrar el ADN. En mayo del 2009 aún no se había logrado.
By 2009, DNA testing is done with ambiguous results. And in that same year at the UFO conference, well, this is what's presented.
This is the creature as it is now. It's mummified. If you watch the ankle of the creature, it's not a monkey. It has as many teeth as a human being.
And by 2010, at the next year's UFO conference, Maussan is making definitive statements.
In 1 year that I was here to now, we have done everything possible with this. I'm saying very clearly, this is an unknown creature. Skin is not a skinned monkey. That has been proven.
But don't you worry, they're deep on the case to crack this mystery. Let's see what their DNA analysis has to say after more testing.
This sequence is very strange. When we compare this creature code with the human genome, we found that this creature code It's very close to the human genome.
Hold on, pause for a second. If this guy looks familiar, it's because he's one of the current specialists working on the DNA from the Nazca Mummies case. We'll have to follow up on that. But for now, back to the Metepec creature.
So it is possible that this creature was created by crossbreeding.
Could this be a hybrid?
A hybrid. Clearly the most logical conclusion. In 2012, when an independent investigation team from Channel 4 came to take a look at this unknown creature, well, within a matter of months, they had results. Professor Donald Quick from the Imperial College of London easily identified this creature.
This is really interesting. So there's two pairs of incisors at the front, just like in human beings. Then there's a pair of canines, and then 1, 2, 3 premolars in each quadrant of the jaw. And that indicates that it's a New World monkey rather than an Old World monkey. In other words, it comes from the Americas. This is actually a young squirrel monkey.
But Jaime, didn't your team of experts already look at x-rays and rule that out? They even interviewed the guy, Angel Nunez, who found this creature. And when hooked up to a lie detector test, he admitted that it was a hoax.
Se creó alrededor más o menos del 2006-2007.
You'd keep your mouth shut if you knew it was good for you, buddy.
You know Jaime couldn't have been happy about that.
The last piece of vital information Angel confessed was that the animal he used to create the Metepec creature was the buffy-tufted marmoset.
It is not an skinned monkey. That has been proven.
And surprise, surprise, all 3 DNA samples that this investigation team took all came back marmoset. This was a hoax. And somehow the presented experts missed what other specialists got almost immediately. This is step 1 in the playbook. Ambiguity creates longevity. Let's move on. This was released in 2016 from a The Watchers 10 investigation. It was actually filmed in 2013, but Jaime Maussan and his team didn't want it released until 2016.
The Metepec creature is a hybrid. The other creature that I show you is a hybrid, and that's something very important.
First off, what the hell is that? Second, why are we still talking about the Metepec creature? This was debunked and proven a hoax years ago. But okay, let's get the expert opinion.
The DNA is very similar to DNA from humans in 98.5%.
Yeah, man, it was a monkey. But wait a second, is that who I think it is? Great. More of his expert opinion, please.
We have an X-ray of this creature.
You have an X-ray of it?
Yes, we have an X-ray.
What did the X-ray show?
And we can see the structure of the bones related with the structure.
So this is not a hoax?
No.
It is not a hoax?
Not a hoax.
The creature was now confirmed a hoax.
No. It is not a hoax?
Not a hoax.
Confirmed a hoax.
It is not a hoax?
Not a hoax. Not a hoax. Not a hoax.
Somehow magically, when this investigation team actually took the creature out of Mexico for further research and study, well, it all fell apart. Literally.
The sticks of glue were determined to be wood, and there was an armature running through the creature.
So they take this thing apart to figure out what it's made of.
Bat, this is bat, this is all bat, this is bat, this is bat, those are bat. The overall shape of what the hand looks like.
That's amazing, Paul.
This is a little bit smaller. This is a longer footed bat. It has a little bit longer foot, but that's a foot.
Swapping out hands and feet, I've heard something like that before.
It might be some type of new species, when the reality is Paloma has human hand bones in her feet. Human hand bones in her feet.
And this part here is really interesting.
Right. Reassembled it, took some of the skin and pulled it over it. And then you can cut pieces and parts of that kind of skin, and you can take pieces and parts and begin to glue them and layer them.
This demon fairy used a specific taxidermy trick, pulling and overlapping skin to hide some of the seams and insertions. During his investigation into the Nazca mummies, Steve Mera is able to talk to one of the whistleblower Huaqueros, or grave robbers, that was helping to create and gather materials for these things.
Same technique. He extracts the head, moves it gently, and it comes off. The skin stays in place. You can put a bigger head, a deformed one. He takes the head off, inserts another head, pulls the skin, inserts another head, and leaves it to dry. The skin dries again and it sticks to the head. Same with the fingers, it sticks to it. You take this off, I don't know how they glue it, but there's a guy who knows. He inserts another section next to it.
The characters are the same, the tricks are the same, it's only the stage that's gotten bigger. Now, let's jump to 2015 and 2017, and for that, I'll let my friend Will cover it.
So starting with the MVP doctor that they always bring out for this, Dr. Zalce Benitez. He is the #1 doctor that they've continued to bring out from this from the very beginning. He's in all the Gaia documentaries, but what proponents won't tell you is that 2 years before the Nazca mummies, he was involved in promoting the Roswell Slides hoax in 2015, one of the most shameful UFO hoaxes of all time. If you're unfamiliar with the Roswell Slides hoax, it involved an event where attendees paid to witness what was advertised as the long-awaited reveal of a photograph showing an alien killed in the Roswell crash.
Wait for it.
The key figure behind this promotion was Jaime Maussan, who is also the major promoter of these Peruvian tridactyl alien beings. This is the image that was represented. It later turned out to be a dead body of a 2-year-old Native American child at the Mesa Verde Museum Collection in Colorado.
However, we can certainly conclude that this being possesses only 3 fingers.
3 fingers. This is 2 years before the Nazca mummies were ever revealed to the public. Here's another clip from a 2015 press conference leading up to the Roswell Slides hoax. In this image, you see biologists Jose de la Cruz, Zalce Benitez, and Jaime Maussan promoting the image of the Native American child as an alien. Fast forward 2 years, and here we have the exact same characters at a 2017 press conference about the 3-fingered alien mummies in Peru.
Are we noticing a pattern yet?
2015 Roswell Slides hoax, 2017 Nazca alien mummies hoax. Even to this day, this biologist that was always rolled out for these Nazca mummies press conferences is still promoting the Roswell Slides hoax as an authentic discovery.
Plus, there's one more specialist not on stage, and that's our favorite geneticist, biologist, whatever his title is. This was just a taste of some of the nuggets in Will's video, and I strongly suggest you watch it. It'll be the first link in the description below. You'll often hear from any number of the people involved in this research that there's an open invitation to the scientific community to come in and analyze these specimens. Really? Why? When the response, for example, to the blurred placard from the Roswell Slides hoax was this.
Was able to find what the placard said, a mummified body of a 2-year-old boy. From the very beginning, I didn't accept this placard because the size of this creature was not of a 2-year-old.
Dude, you just can't help yourself, can you?
And I asked him if he had changed his mind after the placard read that this was a 2-year-old boy.
I am open to scientific discussion.
So for you, this is still something that doesn't appear to be human?
Definitely, it is not. It presents many anomalies.
This pathological denial of truth demonstrates that there is no real desire for discourse. They don't want truth. They want an audience, and I'll tell you why.
Just follow the money, the money, the money.
Se llamaba inicialmente María.
In 2017, these specimens were introduced to Jaime Maussan through Terry Jamin of the Incari Institute in Peru. Terry was in touch with Mario the grave robber who was supposedly finding these things. And contracts were made, deals were signed to present for all of humanity behind a paywall.
Gaia TV.
Is Gaia TV interested in this?
Yes, very. We are trying to create disclosure. We are trying to disclose everything the US government hides. All the technology, all the knowledge, all the evidence. I try to do it. The most important thing in my job is to create disclosure.
And in fact, Jaime Maussan and Gaia TV tried to get Mario to sign an exclusivity deal.
Yo no tengo convenio con nadie para que no saque nada. Jaime Maussan me había ido a hablar con Gaia para que yo no pueda dar nada, ninguna tita, nada. Porque sabe que ellos lo toman como competencia. Hoy mira, el último flash de Mario le dijo a... ¿Cuál es tu nombre? ¿Tu nombre cuál es? Raúl. Le dijo a Raúl esto. Pucha, nadie sabía.
I forced myself to watch these series so you don't have to. And it's chock full of exactly what you would expect. It's hours of content designed to keep the truth just right around the next corner.
Gaia y Maussan Producciones presentan Tercer Milenio con Jaime Maussan.
Maussan Television is all over Gaia.
Just follow the money.
And you can subscribe to this through Amazon and Roku and Apple. You want to know where the money's being made? Check there. Here's the audacity and shamelessness of it all. There's even a several episode series just on the Metepec creature, the proven hoax. And they even brought back our guy Ricardo.
And it showed us that there is a 99.5% similarity with human mitochondrial DNA.
Ricardo, man, you might want to check your greatest hits before doing these things because last time it was 98.5%.
98.5%.
And on websites like thealienproject.com, which is the pet project of the Inkari Institute, well, you can buy 2 full seasons of Tridactyls and investigations that reach no conclusions. And there's also books and magazines. I mean, this is a cash cow. One of the latest developments in all of this is the new DNA testing that everyone is waiting for. And if you've been paying attention to this video, you probably know how that's going to go. But already our guy Ricardo is going on podcasts suggesting things like,
there would be the possibility that this organism could be generated by a hybridization process.
And in some of these podcasts, he's sure to make it clear how above board this whole sampling process was. Just keep in mind.
No. It is not a hoax.
This is the same guy. I even asked Dr. Zuniga why they don't perform high-resolution micro-CT scans that would show layers enough to show cuts and manipulation. Some specialists say that that's unnecessary, that what they have provided is enough to show indications of manipulation, for example. But regardless, I asked Dr. Zuniga.
Plata. Mire, nosotros no tenemos un presupuesto. La universidad no ha fijado un presupuesto. Pero sí hay personas del extranjero que quieren donar dinero para esto. Pero hay que tener una cuenta especial.
While the university itself and their research team might not have the funding, well, we know who does. Give them a call. But again, I don't think financing a true pursuit of truth works for their business model. Personally, I'm pretty resentful that I had to make this. I'd much rather be working on my exploration videos. But it's gotten a little out of hand, and I see big-name journalists covering this topic, journalists with funding and research teams and editing teams, and they're covering the mystery of it all while ignoring this whole other side. And at that point, it's not journalism. It's promotion. Do your job. And if you do have the integrity and the resources, well, this video here, it just scratched the surface. I saw plenty of names and plenty of faces that show up through much of the timeline presented here. But some thoughts for consideration. There's a reason it's been 9 years and no peer review in a respected, accredited academic journal. There's a reason this evidence hasn't been presented at major academic conferences the way Dr. William Morrison plans to.
From a musculoskeletal perspective, this is very interesting. So I'm going to present this, submit it for presentation. I think they'll accept it. And also our big meeting, RSNA, Radiological Society of North America in Chicago every December. And that's 60,000 radiologists that go there.
And to the believers out there, this isn't an attack on your faith. Personally, I don't think we're alone in this universe, and I don't think we've identified every species there is on the planet. I know a lot of people willing to die on this hill. I just hope that this video might have served to maybe take a second look to see if you missed anything on the climb up. Behind this controversy are the remains of ancestors, and in some of these specimens, they've been Frankenstein together from multiple individuals, and that should be the headline. This will continue as long as there's an audience to keep platforming the next inevitable distraction. But now, you know the mechanism of this machine. You know who benefits when you fuel it. And you know that the truth is just a season away.